Welcome to the first video of my web development for absolute beginner series. This entire series is meant for anyone who wants to learn the basic the basic web design and web development, and there is absolutely no prerequisite. I'm teaching this course as if I'm talking to someone that's never ever in his entire life written a line of HTML. So don't worry about having any kind of prior web development knowledge. This will be an ongoing course or ongoing series, and each video will focus on a different topic. So in this particular collection of video series, we are going to be focusing on HTML only. Then we'll move on CSS and possibly or eventually some JavaScript. Just a couple of things I want to stress before I start, that this course and this series of videos is absolutely for beginners, okay? So, HTML. What is HTML? Actually, what does HTML stand for? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. But again, what it stands for, what's not stand for, that's not a big deal. We need to know what HTML is going to do for us. That's the main issue. We need to know what it's doing for us. When we talk about HTML, basically we are talking about the web or designing a website. And when you talk about the web, there's two things here we need to know: the front end and the back end. For instance, I'm a front end developer. But let me tell you the difference between front end and back end. The front end developers, or the front end, actually basically deals with designing your own website, formatting, background, coloring, the functionality, moving location of some of the elements. So that's basically dealing with the main website. But the back end, actually, on the other hand, deals more like with where you're going to store the data. Like sometimes you get you collect some data from the user. So the data, where the data is going to be stored for sure in a database, somehow in a database, MySQL, SQL, whatever. Also deals with request from the client to the server and back from the server to the client. So it's kind of a little bit more advanced than front end. But in this series, I'm focusing only on the front end. This is my goal in this collection of videos. HTML, as I mentioned, is a collection of codes. What does codes mean? It's like you're talking about a collection of rules and regulations and maybe tags and elements. When you collect all this together in one file, that's called a syntax of the language. Every single programming language has a syntax, has something we call it a syntax. So this is one of them, syntax for HTML. Also, when we design our web, we are dealing with three different files. Every time you design a website, you are dealing with three different files: the HTML file, and the CSS, and the JS, which is the JavaScript. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, HTML deals with tags and elements and rules and regulations, the skeleton of the website. The CSS, more like you're dealing with the location of elements on the website, the color of the elements, the color of the text, the background color, the navigation bar, how it's going to look like, do you have a sidebar or not, do you have a footer or not. So it deals with locations and color and things. The JavaScript file takes care of the functionality, like how the user is going to interact with the site. Let's say you are creating a site store, like and you're selling some product in this store. You're selling computers, phones, even food, grocery, whatever. And when you click on a product, that's going to show you the detail page, and then you decide to buy it or not, like Amazon, like this. You decide to buy it, you click on it, it tells you the price, then you start paying. So the functionality of the website itself, that is what the JavaScript is going to take care of. So again, the HTML is taking care of the skeleton, and the location of thing, I'm sorry, the skeleton and how you locate all the elements. But the CSS takes care of the color, the background, the image, the audio, video, and things like that. So let me tell you also what I'm going to be using in this video, just in case if you want to know. I'll be using the VS Code or the Visual Studio's text editor. Also, I'm going to be using the Google Chrome browser, and I'm using this on my Mac machine. But you are more than welcome to use any text editor you like: Sublime, Notepad, Atom. You are more than welcome to use any browser: Safari, Firefox, Google Chrome, and you can use even your window. So it's up to you. It's completely up to you. You can use anything you want. I think this is enough as an introduction, and let us move on to the first video. As I mentioned, the agenda of my video: every time we start a new video, I'm going to show you at the beginning of the video a couple of elements or a couple of tags, and then in that video we're going to go over what those tags are doing for us and the detail of these tags. So that's enough for this video. I will see you in the next video. See you there.